Hello. Well, I'm obviously bored, and I'd made an order for some clothes from Noon, and I decided to look for the cheapest bit of tech possible and see if it was any good. And I found these. These are the TWSi True Wireless Stereo. That's why it's called TWS. And these were 14 reals, so there's like a couple of pounds. And I'm going to tell you if they're any good or not. And right, remember, they're a couple of pounds, so they're not going to be that good. And well, spoiler alert, yeah, they're not that good, okay? But they do work. The sound is very tinny, and the microphone works as well. I wouldn't be saying that they call clarity or the clarity of my voice. If I was using it and I was phoning you, the quality would be that good. But it's £2, okay? So, of course, they're styled in the fashion of Apple's AirPods, but they're quite a bit bigger, and they're a bit thicker as well. The charging case is like really flimsy. I mean, there's nothing to it at all, and when you're putting them into charge, you do have to put it in the right one. First of all, you do have to push it down really hard so that the light comes on, like so. So then you know that it's in, because I didn't notice when I got them, and one of them was not in properly. So once you've done that, I just charged them. Took an hour or so on my computer. I just charged them by USB. You get a small USB, mini USB cable with it. Now, I'm not going to attest to their battery life, but I'm going to say that they're not going to last very long. So if you get an hour out of them, you probably are doing quite well. Now, pairing is relatively simple. Now, the only thing about these is that, unlike, of course, a more expensive pair of headphones, you can pair one. So you'll just press this button here, and they should start to flash, and then that is one. Hold on, let me just turn it on again. It will start flashing this blue light, and this means that you can go into your Bluetooth settings on your phone and find it and pair. Now, I had no problems pairing with one, and but I couldn't get them to work in stereo. I could pair both of them, but I couldn't get them to work in stereo. Now, the instructions, which are pretty vague, said that in order to use both at the same time, you would hold both buttons down and at the same time, and both of them would start. Let me try it again. Both of them would start flashing. So I turned them off, turned them on. That's it. They would start flashing, and then you could pair them. But on the Bluetooth settings, they don't pair as one, or I couldn't get them to pair as one. You still had to connect both, and mine's certainly on my phone. It said both were connected, but only one I could hear anything through until I disconnected it. Then the other one I could hear, so I couldn't work out how to. Certainly not on this phone. I might try it on my other phone at home, just for out of interest. Now, they're not, even though they're bigger than the AirPods, actually, I mean, there's no weight to them at all, so they kind of hang in your ear okay. So it's not like they're like heavy or anything like that, and anybody whose ear kind of suits this kind of plastic shape, they will fit okay. And as I said, my pairing not a great success, so I couldn't compare I couldn't hear stereo sound, so I was turning up the volume, and as I said, it was like probably playing your favourite tune through an old mono cassette player. It was listenable, but it wasn't something that I would want to do for more than a couple of minutes. And that is about it. Who would buy these? I'm not sure. People like me who just wanted to see how they worked, how they sounded. I suppose anybody just looking for a very cheap pair of wireless Bluetooth headphones, then maybe. And of course, you lose these, you're not going to be crying. Whereas, I have my AirPod Pro, Apple AirPod Pro. Well, if I lose one of them or lose both of them, it's like 900 reals to replace them. So I suppose if you only wanted to maybe listen to at work, if you're doing Teams on your phone, attending messages through a Zoom or Microsoft Teams, then yeah, these will do. The sound quality doesn't have to be perfect for that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, they're throwaway. You could give them to their kids. They can pretend that they're Apple AirPods, and if they break or they just don't work well, it's £2. So maybe there's a market for them. Now there are many types of. If you go on to Noon or previously, say with Sook, there's many types of these very cheap wireless Bluetooth wireless Apple copies, I suppose, and some of them are a wee bit more expensive, round about up 50 up to 100 reals. I would imagine that the ones that are a bit more expensive are probably more of a copy of the AirPods, and they can't sound any worse, so they might sound better. And yeah, so I just wanted to kind of share that with you. If you were tempted to buy a pair of really cheap Bluetooth wireless Bluetooth headphones, these might be alright, but not if you were buying them to listen to music. And I wouldn't do that. Maybe some people would, but again, as I said, for video calls or watching YouTube or something like that, these could be something that you might be interested in. And I only wanted to see what 14 reals could buy me. So yeah, that's my TWSi true wireless stereo earphones. Bah.